Hi, I'm Tom the Speech Guy, and in this video, we'll take a look at pausing and phrasing. In the last video, we looked at speed of speech, or how fast you talk. Well, when it comes to the overall speed or pace, we also have to consider how you use phrasing and pausing. So let's take a closer look. A phrase is a thought group. Now, we've been trained to observe written punctuation, but speakers need to start using speaker's punctuation. Here's what I mean. Let's look at the following quote. There are certain things in which mediocrity is not to be endured, such as poetry, music, painting, public speaking. Now, for my purposes, I'm going to change the punctuation. I want to frame mediocrity, endure, and public speaking. After all, I'm speaking to speakers, not poets, musicians, or painters. So here's how I'm going to present it. There are certain things in which mediocrity is not to be endured, such as poetry, music, painting, public speaking. And now I have a quote that resounds better to my audience, the one that I'm speaking to. So take control of your text. Make it work for you and your message by using phrasing and speaker's punctuation. Now that you've framed your message, you need to get your listeners to buy in. Well-placed and timed pauses are the tool you need. Remember, if you want to move your audience to action, they need to buy in. To buy in, you need to make them think. Pauses are where they do that thinking. But all pauses are not created equal. Some, as you've probably noticed, are longer and more dramatic than others. I have a 3-pause rule. A single beat is for just the end of a thought. Also gives me a chance to breathe. A 2-beat pause is a shared understanding between you and your audience. And a 3-beat pause brings gravity to the final statement. Let's go back to our text, where I used each pause to strengthen the message and allow my audience to think. All right, I'll use the 1, the 2, and the 3-beat pause. There are certain things in which mediocrity is not to be endured, such as poetry, music, painting, public speaking. Now I have a quote that resonates with my audience and will lead them to the next question. What do I do to avoid this? Let's go back to President Obama's victory speech. While he is a truly gifted speaker, here's an area where he could have a modest improvement to get a larger buy-in from the audience. President Obama mainly uses 1 and 2-beat pauses. The only longer pauses is when the audience reacts to something that has just been said. Here's an example. At the conclusion of the speech, the president does a masterful job building the pace and excitement before the final, "Yes, we can," where he uses a 2-beat pause. But a full 3-beat pause is needed and would have resulted in the president not leading the final phrase repeated by the audience, but it would have been spoken as one voice, in unison, one country speaking with one voice. Have a look.
This is our chance to answer that call. This is our moment. This is our time to put our people back to work and open doors of opportunity for our kids, to restore prosperity and promote the cause of peace, to reclaim the American dream and reaffirm that fundamental truth that out of many we are one, that while we breathe, we hope, and where we are met with cynicism and doubt and those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can.
So how important is pausing? Let's go back to that comparison between President Obama and President Trump's victory speech. President Obama's speech lasted 18 minutes, 8.6 minutes of speaking, and 9.4 minutes of pausing. President Trump's speech lasted 16 minutes, with 10 minutes of speaking and 6 minutes of pausing. That's a lot of pause time. Now, some of that time are the speaker's pauses, but a lot of that time is the audience responding in agreement. And isn't that the point? That's it for now. Join me in the next video and we'll examine the tone of your voice and how you can use that as a tool for success. Until then, I'm Tom the Speech Guy. It's been great talking to you. Special thanks to WorldGate Media for their support. And if you'd like to learn more about speaking success for the online world, click the link below. Till next time, I'm Tom the Speech Guy.